boys and girls, Mrs. Scannell here. Welcome to your second lesson on how to read music. To review from last week, we remember that the music staff has 5 lines and 4 spaces. They are both counted from the bottom to the top. Notes are either written on a line or in a space. The notes below are written on line 3 or space 1. Sometimes you can use your hand as a staff, and we can always start counting at the bottom with our pinky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, and then 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the notes that are shown here would be on line 3, 1, 2, 3, or space 1. There's space 1. So again, to review, are they line notes or space notes? Line notes are written right on top of a line. That means the line is going right through it. If I wrote my name as a line note, I would write my name right on top of the line with the line going right through the middle of it. You can also see this note here that's an 8th note with the line going through it, and all of these note examples here that have the line going right through them. Again, if it's a line note, the line goes right through the middle of it. If a note is a space note, they are written in the space between 2 lines. Here you can see Mrs. Scannell writing her name in the space between 2 lines. Here's an example of a note written between 2 lines, and here's several different notes written on the 5-line music staff. Again, space notes are written in the space between 2 lines. When we name notes, musicians read music using the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. We are learning right now to read notes that are in the treble clef. We can use the sentence, "Every good boy does fine," to remember the names of notes on a line, or the word face to remember the notes in a space. Both are read from the bottom to the top of the staff. So every good boy does fine, E, G, B, D, F for line notes, and then space notes spell face, F, A, C, E. Again, we always start at the bottom and then go to the top. To figure out a note name, all we need to do is follow these 4 steps. 1 is the note on a line or in a space. 2, which line or space number, counted from bottom to top. And then 3, figure out the letter name using "Every good boy does fine" for notes on a line, or "face" for notes in a space. Finally, rewrite the letter name underneath the note. When you write a note on each line or space of the staff, starting at the bottom and going up, it will always be in alphabetical order. But you will have to start over after you get to G because the musical alphabet only has 7 notes. Here we can see the pattern in music where we start on E, E, F, G, and then we start over again with A because the musical alphabet only has 7 notes. And we continue up from the space note A, B, C, D, E, F, and then the next note would be a G. Let's figure out these notes. We're going to follow those simple steps. This is a line note on the 2nd line. Every good, oh, it's a G. How about this one? It's a space note on the 3rd space, F, A, C. It's a C. This note is on line 5. Every good boy does fine. Fine starts with F. This note is on the 3rd line. Every good boy. This is a B. This note here, F, A, for the 2nd space. It's an A. This note is on the 2nd line. We use "Every good boy does fine" for notes on a line. Every good starts with G. We can also spell words with notes. Here we can see that we have the words egg, dad, or cage. If I wanted to write the note with the word egg, I would need to first figure out where I could put my E, and then I would need 2 G's, like this. E is the bottom line, and then G is the 2nd line, so I'd put 2 whole notes. You could use any rhythm that you'd like. I could also put my E in the 4th space, but here I chose to put it on the bottom line instead. For the word dad, I write it like this, D-A-D. There are other D's and A's on the music staff, but this is the one that I chose for today. Finally, the word cage, I figure out where C would belong in the 3rd space, F-A-C, and then I can figure out where A, G, and E are, and I would write it like this, C-A-G-E. On this one, I chose to use the high E instead of low E. We can also figure out words by reading the music notes. I see that this note here is in the 2nd space, so this is an A. I see this next note is a C, because it's in the 3rd space, and this note is an E in the 4th space. This word spells out ace. On this middle set of notes, I see a top space E, a fourth line D, a second line G, and a first line E. This spells edge. That's the car I drive. Finally, I see in this next set of notes, 1, 2, 3, third line, every good boy. This starts with B. Then I have a first line, every, E, B, E. Then I've got a second space, A, B, E, A, and then a fourth line, D. Every good boy does, D, B, E, A, D, spells bead. When you figure out notes on your own, again, you just follow those 4 simple steps. Is the note on a line or in a space? Which line or space number counted from bottom to top? And then figure out the letter name using every good boy does fine for notes on a line, or face for notes in a space. Finally, you write the letter underneath the note.